Good morning. It's the Call Flow Radio Show, and you're on the air.
It is indeed the Call Flow Radio Show here on WFLO AM 870. We're broadcasting live from the Francis E. Wood Studio in downtown Farmville. Also streaming online at WFLO.net. I'm John Staten, and I believe I have a co-host here.
How's it going, John?
Oh, that would be the sounds of Noah Massage.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Is this thing on?
I tap on it and see.
Okay. Oh, there we go. My headphones weren't plugged in. That's why I couldn't hear.
It's okay.
Did you rig this set, John? You unplugged my headphones? You had the...
No, I didn't unplug them.
You didn't unplug them?
You didn't plug them back.
Oh, I didn't plug it back.
Yeah.
Who unplugged them?
Not me.
You didn't unplug them?
No.
I find that hard to believe.
Okay, so they're good.
Okay, John's got a little steam in him this morning, a little fights. This dog's ready to fight.
A lot of steam.
All right, hey. Not too shabby, John.
So if you'd like to be a part of this wonderful program.
Wonderful show. It's a great show. It's one of the best.
It's a wonderful show. 434-394-0924 is the number to call.
And I'd like to explicitly make this clear. By calling that number that you just said, it makes the caller hear us, and we can hear them, and we can have a dialogue of some sort. Is that correct, John?
Of some sort, yes.
Of some sort, yes. So, yeah, give that number a call, 434-394-0924. You will be on the air with me and John Staten, the one and only John Staten. Well, actually, no, there's three of you, or four.
There was.
I forget. How many?
There's only two now.
Two, but like overall, like the length.
There was three, yes.
There's three John Statens.
At one point in time, yes.
Yeah, so
there's more than three John Statens, but they're not.
Yeah, they're not related to you.
Well,
yeah.
maybe one. Distant.
Okay, distant relative.
Yeah, it might be.
Named John Staten.
No, I don't know what Staten.
Do you like when people call you Staten?
My name?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's like Staten Island. Or Station, even.
Station, John Station, which is funny.
Stanton, or,
That's like my name being Noah Radio, working at a radio station, John Station, Noah Radio. Maybe I'll change my last name so it,
I would say yours would be more like, so your last name is Massage, right?
Yes.
Noah Message, maybe.
Noah Message. Get the message out there. Hey, I like the sound of this, John. Whoa. Okay.
Noah Message. There
John, let me ask you. Back in the day, right, when you used to throw those terrible band shows with your band, how did you... Sorry.
When I would throw them?
Well, yeah, you would throw shows. You would, you just yank... John has his phone plugged in, and he pulled the phone without, like, holding onto the cord, so the cord just went like Indiana Jones whip on the wall. It's like, whoosh. Anyways, John, when you, back in the heyday, right? Back when you were, 27, and you had an electric guitar, and you had band members, how would you get the word out to people that you guys had a show coming up? Did you make really awful flyers and hand them out to people?
We did the flyer thing, maybe early on. In the early going. Well, I had to think about it.
Sure.
We did flyers in the early stages, I guess. We kept it going for the most part. I mean,
do you still have any of those flyers left?
There might be one or two floating around somewhere in a basement or something like that.
Those belong in like a museum.
Yeah. Well, I belong in a museum, so
you do.
I do.
So wow. So are they hand drawn flyers, or are they like printed? Did you take it to the print shop and get them printed, or did you draw
them ourselves mostly?
Okay, wow.
Just doctored them up on a computer.
Rock and roll. Yeah, very punk rock.
Very, I guess.
Very punk rock.
Very, yeah.
I like that. Wow. How long ago was that, John?
Ages ago.
1875. No, I'm kidding.
It was a while.
All right. So, John, how has your day been? Tell me about yesterday. We didn't really get to talk too much yesterday, but, like, how's it been going, dude?
Dude?
Yes.
It's been going It's been going good, man.
Really good.
How's it going with you?
Cheech and Chong on the radio. No.
Maybe more like this, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, man, you gonna do the show or not, man?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's good. That's good that things have been going good. Yeah. Anything to report? Anything new? Any exciting things to report?
No. How about you? Do you have anything exciting to report?
Well,
you usually have a story or something stashed away.
Oh, yeah, I would like to mention. I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but my neighbor is moving out.
I heard about this.
The terrible loud lady downstairs is moving out. So I'm very thankful for that, and I cannot wait till she's fully gone.
Do you know when this might go down?
End of January.
End of January.
She's got to be out by the
end
soon. Of January, I believe. But it's nice. It's nice. And I'm just glad that I saw her packing up, and I was like, oh boy, all right, thank goodness, And it was funny because she was also like, she would be loud in her apartment just like to annoy us, but like she was also loud moving out. Like she was throwing things in the back of her truck and then skeeting away. So it was
skating away?
Skating
away.
Skating. All the same thing. Yeah. John, are you looking forward to this warmer weather we're getting?
Yes, indeed.
All right.
Yes, indeed. I should have done more walking around yesterday, but I was busy doing other things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very much looking forward.
So you walk now? You go for
walks? I was before it got cold on us, and that cold snap kind of got me out of my rhythm.
So you would go for like a walk in a wooded area, or not so wooded?
More like track or something like that.
Yeah. Wow. How's that going? How was that going for you?
That's okay, I guess.
I heard walking's a great way to clear your mind.
I guess so. Makes me clear your mind, or just keep pondering and wondering about the stuff that's already.
What kind of stuff do you ponder about, John?
Oh, gee, I don't know.
I have no idea.
Just things that come up so often.
We
things about Jeff the cat.
Jeff the cat. Oh, you're pondering about my cat?
I'm pondering about your cat. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, yeah, John. So. Yeah, I got to say, I'm still riding that high from hearing that first time caller won the stew contest.
Yes,
that's great news. And like I got to say, I am happy for him. That is a great accomplishment.
He didn't have a chance since it was a vegetarian type stew.
But I feel like I saw that thing from the beginning. We talked about it, and then he called in, and he was like, "Oh, might sign up, maybe not." And then it turns out not only did he sign up, but he won the competition. It's incredible, John.
I did not think when we brought it up that was going to be the outcome we heard.
Yeah.
But there you go.
Truly amazing. Yeah.
434-394-0924. Yeah, because we need that.
It's better when two people say it versus one. No, I'm kidding.
That's the romantic side of you, I guess, coming out.
Well, no, I think it's just important to say things in unison with people. It's like ancient chants. They would chant things. Oh, you're getting. I see what
ancient chants.
Yeah, John is getting the sound effects all queued up, and
what sound effects are you talking about? But anyway,
yeah.
So. What else do you have?
John, I don't have a whole lot planned for the show, but I did, I had a early night last night. Usually I go to bed
night.
Usually I go to bed around like 10. I went to bed around like 9 o'clock is when I went to bed.
So why did you go to bed so early?
Just because I was, I just felt my body was exhausted and tired, and So I love being compared to an elephant. I think that's really funny.
So you sleep like an elephant, is what you said.
I didn't say that, but that's so funny that you have a sound. Wow, that's really great, John. That's really great. Wow.
So if you're not here, I can provide.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. That's good.
Yeah.
Wow.
You seem really excited about that.
That was fun. That was fun. I wasn't expecting hearing myself.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
That's funny how that works.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so what else do you have?
John, these are great questions you're asking me. And you
usually have you have some kind of
good story. A good story. Well, stories come naturally. I think what happens is we get in a conversation and something gets brought up that is reminiscent of a story that happened to me, and then that's when you bring up the story. But it's hard to just kind of be like, hey, tell me a story on the spot, you know. I feel like stories are natural, and yeah, so I don't know. I don't really have a good story because, like, you know, I don't know. John?
Yes, I'm hearing you. You
Okay.
just don't have a story today.
Okay, sure. So do you have a story, John?
I have a story about the three little bears. Or
You don't
pigs.
Yeah. Well, John, I would love to hear about a story about, like, you playing in a band back in the 90s. I don't know. I need to hear that. If you have one.
A story about the band?
Yeah, a big band story, John. You know.
Just like mishaps. I remember one time the bass amplifier fizzled out, and we had to kind of kill time for that.
Sure.
So the guitar player and I, who knew each other the most, because we went to school together and everything, he just started playing something, and I just went with it and sort of sang along.
So when you were playing in a band, you kind of have to pick up on each other and their differences.
If something's amiss or something's going wrong, I mean, awkward things just happen. Whether the guitar player would forget the lick or something like that, and I didn't pick up on it right away, and he would say later after the fact, my mind went blank or anything really. I mean, because the thing of it is a live performance. So if something's going on, as far as like something in someone's life or something like that, I remember the drummer had some issues with a girlfriend, blah, 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 and that was affecting him. And so I remember the song we were doing didn't end quite right.
So you're saying...
I basically said, oh,
we got to do that again.
Yeah. I was like, all right, we need to do this again.
Yeah. Too bad we can't do that for the show. When we be like, hold on, go in another hour.
We can do it again. We can always do it again. 43439409224.
You don't play that sound effect and then get out.
Oh, yeah.
You can. You did. You totally did. But,
like,
it's just...
Or we can flush this show. There we go.
All right.
2,000 flushes is all we need.
We see how John's feeling today.
No, we're good.
Okay,
but
we're good?
So I stopped it, and,
So wait, you're saying, though, if a band member had a problem with a girlfriend or a relationship problem, it could have affected the show?
Slightly, yes.
Man, I'm getting deja vu, but I don't know why.
So, then, so we tried it again. And
it
didn't land again.
Yeah.
So I was like, whoa.
So we're going to do this again, yeah.
I did it three times. Now, maybe on the second time, I think I was told later that two of my bandmates were looking at each other going, I think, is John playing around? Mm-hmm. And the other one went, no, John's not playing around. Mm-hmm. The problem was we didn't book the show. The drummer did.
Okay.
So I was holding the drummer to the standard of, well, you booked the show.
Yeah.
We need to play this thing.
I got to say, I don't know why it's the responsibility of the drummer. I know a band.
Not always, but
not
in
always.
That case.
But like in that, like I know a band, or like I should say, this guy who is in a band. He's a drummer, and he's the guy who books the shows. But I don't know. That's very interesting. Yeah, John, did you ever want to pick up the drums and learn how to,
playing drums would have been interesting, but I didn't have that in me to be able to keep a beat and all that sort of stuff.
You didn't have the beat, you couldn't keep it.
I just didn't have it in me. I didn't practice. You got to practice. You
have to practice.
Never really had a drum set to practice on, so it was like every time I got behind one, it was like, okay, I got lost.
Yeah.
We didn't do anything on this day in history. That's why we're scratching around for things to talk about.
I don't think we're scratching.
So we need to talk about 1986, and this was before your time, but I remember this being a thing because it was one of those things where they were looking for teachers across the United States to enter in to be one of the teachers that were on the Challenger shuttle. Mm-hmm. So this was the day the explosion of the space shuttle Challenger exploded.
Wow.
1986. Exploded 73 seconds after liftoff from Florida, killing all 7 aboard, including a school teacher who had been chosen as the first American civilian to travel in space. And I remember there was even a teacher or two in my school that had applied for that.
Wow.
And so I don't recall whether or not we actually saw it on TV in class, but we heard about it. when it happened. So I don't. My memory is a little fuzzy on that because I don't remember actually seeing it explode as it actually occurred.
Sure.
Because it sounded like something that could have happened in TV.
73 seconds. I mean, I'm sure it didn't even break the, atmosphere. Like, it was still in,
You can still
it wasn't in space yet. Yeah, you could still see it.
You can still see it.
Yeah,
it was very well. That's what I mean. And they actually had it on television. So if you were watching TV, the news, whatever that was broadcasting it, you would have seen it. And it seemed like to me that would have been something they would have pulled the TVs out at school for kids to watch.
Yeah, to watch that.
So there was probably a good chance that kids did see this.
Maybe you were prancing around in the hallway with your hall pass. Prancing around.
Yeah.
I think prancing is a funny word. I don't know.
2021.
Okay.
American actress Cicely Tyson, who was noted for her vivid portrayals of strong African-American women, died on this day, 2021, at the age of 96. Okay. I can keep going here if you want.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything to comment, and you are driving the show today. So.
1958, Gottfried Kirk Christensen, whose father founded the company Lego in Denmark, filed for a Danish patent, later granted, for a toy building block that became hugely popular around the world. 1958. So that's when Lego started?
I guess. Well, did you have Legos growing up?
Some, but I was never that into it. But now it's like this huge thing that all
every kid. I mean, I didn't grow up with Legos. I mean, I think we had them at some point, but like by the time I was around, a child. We didn't have Legos. They were eaten or destroyed or thrown out, or all of them, or burned. Who knows? But you know what I did have, John? Tell me if you've ever heard of this before. I had it was these pieces of metal and tiny screws. I think they're called erector sets. Erector sets. Have you ever heard of them? They're like little. It's just metal pieces that you screw together, and there's like little motors that are. They run off batteries. And it's very like you can tell like the metal had like mercury on it at one point. It's just like everything like it wasn't very probably a safe toy for kids. It was probably from the 40s, and like so like the paint and like varnish of the metal was coming off. And
what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Yeah, I remember like one time I was playing with them, and like later on my hands turned blue for an extended period of time. So I don't know if that.
So you've actually done this. You did this, is what you're talking about.
Did what?
What you're talking about? The
played with
sets.
Yes, yeah,
okay.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, we didn't have the Legos. We had those though, and that was fun. Yeah.
And so,
I like being compared to.
How many did you have?
We had a whole set.
So that was what they would give you, not Legos, but they give you that sort of thing.
They had that. That was just around. And maybe, like, I don't know if the Legos broke and then the Erector set just never broke because it's made out of, like, iron and metal and, it's ancient. But, I had that growing up. We also had some weird different blocks that were kind of like Legos. They were like the knockoff Legos, but that's pretty much, the toys. I mean, you grew up with the Stretch Armstrong, I'm sure, and the.
Didn't have that though.
You didn't have the Stretch Armstrong?
No, I didn't.
Did you have the Star Wars action figures toys?
I had a few. See, that was the thing. I didn't have like a bunch of one particular thing. I had a little bit of this, a little bit of that, like some maybe G.I. Joe, some He-Man, some whatever.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the way I came up. You had a little bit of everything, not just one thing all to itself. And
there's an interesting story there with He-Man that your aunts didn't want you to play or like watch He-Man.
Well, they thought that was...
It was satanic.
Well, they thought...
That's what they said. That's what you told
something
me.
About the influence was, whatever, and tried to get my mom to go along with that, but...
Yeah.
But Mom knew I just wanted to be He-Man the hero.
Yeah, of course.
I wasn't trying to do Skeletor types. I'm going to mess with the
Skeletor is a pretty cool character, though. You got to admit,
like, cool bad guy. But I mean, I wasn't going around going, I'm going to poison the water, and all this other stuff.
That would be concerning if little, 10-year-old John Staten was talking about poisoning the water.
No, I wasn't going to do that.
Yeah.
So, do you have anything else you'd like to add?
Thank goodness I couldn't have taken much more of that.
I couldn't take much more of it either. But
Wow.
your man, American painter Jackson Pollock, he's basically of the abstract expression type art, which you are a big fan of.
Yeah, I like that.
Who revived widespread publicity and serious recognition for the radical poured or drip technique he used to create his major works. He was born on this day in 1912.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Oh.
Yes. On this day.
Wow.
On this day.
What is your favorite painting of all time, John? Do you have one?
Sistine Chapel, I guess. Because
that's a good one. Yeah.
Well, it's a good one, and it looks amazing. And then to realize how he actually did it.
Yeah. Insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, those conditions, I don't know how in the world. But, he pulled it off. Michelangelo, right?
Yeah.
So, he's probably one of my
greatest
favorites of the classics.
Classics. Do you have any, more modern day art? Are you a big Vincent van Gogh fan?
That's real modern.
I'd say modern. 1800s. That's modern.
Yeah. I wasn't so much fans of that stuff. I mean, it's interesting and all that, but abstract art was never really my thing. Mm-hmm. I got in trouble for that one time.
Abstract art?
Well, my comments on abstract art.
What did you say about abstract art?
Well, you got to remember, I was in elementary school, and I was in an art class, and I was asked, what do I think of this? And I said, well, that looks like something a kindergartner would do.
Yeah.
And next thing I know, I got in trouble.
You got kicked out.
Yeah, for my opinion, no less.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Wasn't a right or wrong answer.
That was the first time John got kicked out for something he would say in a long line of him getting kicked out for things he says.
Mm-hmm. And now for all you knowledge seekers, here's Mr. Know-It-All.
This would be Noah's introduction here.
Yes, great.
So anyway, what do you want to do now?
I know. Let's have a spelling contest.
That would be fun.
There we go. This is great.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
392. Or is it 394 now?
John, it's never been 392.
434-394-0924.
There's 1, 2, and then whole number.
394. 0924.
Yeah, sure.
It's a good,
No, it's a good number. We
got about a minute left.
Yeah, we do have to jump to a quick commercial break here soon.
Go ahead.
But I was going to ask you, what do you think about that painting Nighthawks? The Nighthawks at the diner, where it's like the outside of a diner and it's like people enjoying coffee late at night. By Edward Hopper, I want to say. Hopper.
Not Dennis Hopper.
Speaking of Dennis Hopper, they played... I'm sorry to get all excited, but they played the movie Easy Rider. I didn't get to see it because...
Who played it?
The theater in town, the one next to Banditos. It's not Sunchase, but it's the High Street Theater.
Okay.
And I believe that the movies are free. I think they ask for donations, or at least I think they should.
Easy Rider.
Easy Rider, the Dennis Hopper movie of them. Him and the other guy. I can't think of his name. But they travel across America.
Fonda.
Peter Fonda.
Yes, that would be Henry's son.
Yes.
Yeah.
Peter Fonda.
Fonda.
Fondue. Peter Fondue. No.
Are you fond of Peter Fonda?
Yeah, Peter Fonda. Dennis Hopper.
You know what my favorite movie with him in is
Peter Fonda or Dennis Hopper?
Yeah, Peter Fonda.
Peter Fonda.
Yeah. Dirty Mary, Crazy Larry, or something like that.
Yeah. All right.
It's a good. It's one of those great American car films.
Yeah.
But directed by a non-American director.
Well, I think we need to hop to the oh, man, you got a lot of sound effects queued up, John. You were all right.
Oh, a microphony.
And a phony at the mic.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Well, so Noah's telling us we have to hop.
Well, I think we have to hop.
So we're going to hop.
It's 8:30, so we're John just did a little hopping impression. Yeah, all right.
Noah's all about the hop.
Yeah, I think jumping and hopping are great.
At the hop. That's probably your favorite song, isn't it?
It's one of my favorites, yeah.
Okay, so we'll do the weather first. Being brought to you by Harold W. Collins and Grading, located at 2113 Cumberland Road, Farmville.
Harold W. Collins Clearing and Grading has been helping to build Southside and Central Virginia since 1960, providing all excavation, general contracting, and hauling needs. 5 miles north of Farmville, 2113 Cumberland Road. at the intersection of 45 and Range Tavern Road. Call 392-6010 or stop by Harold W. Collins Clearing and Grading.
For today, sunny, a high near 58. Clear tonight with a low around 36. Sunny Wednesday, a high near 62. And then Wednesday night clear with a low around 28. Sunny Thursday, high near 53. And then Thursday night, 30% chance of showers with a low around 39. Right now in Farmville, as far as what we have going on, we've got winds, looks like 20 miles per hour. Gust as high as 20 miles per hour. Right now it's variable and 7 miles per hour, but the gust can be as high as 20. Barometer is 29.79. And look at our humidity is 45%. Partly cloudy skies here in Farmville right now. We're at 40, the big 4-0. The weather brought to you by Harold W. Collins and Grading. Call 434-392-6010. And the birthday calendar brought to you by Creative Electrical Contractors located at 1907 East 3rd Street, Farmville.
Creative Electrical Contractors specializes in commercial and industrial projects and offers quality work at competitive prices. CEC is a licensed Class A contractor in Virginia and North Carolina. Creative Electrical Contractors has been in business for 25 years, still committed to the values that were established when the company opened in 1998. Integrity, quality workmanship, and timely delivery. CEC, located at 1907 East 3rd Street, Farmville. You can contact CEC at 434-392-3802 or at creative-electrical.com.
And with those birthdays and possible anniversaries, I present to you Noah Massar.
Well, how's it going, John?
Well, it's going good and all that good stuff, yay!
John, do you realize this is being filmed, right? People can see you hopping around like a
Hello, my baby.
Hello, my darling. Okay. Today, what is today? It's the
today
28th.
Is Tuesday.
28th, all right.
Yeah.
We have a couple of birthdays for the people. Okay, we got Destiny Maria Dye and Daniel Stephen Ledger. Happy birthday to those fellows out there. And I believe that's all on the list for today. But you can call in at 434-394-0924. That's the number to call in if you have a birthday. You can also email it to birthdays@wflo.net. And also on our website, now you can send in birthdays. All you have to do is mosey on over to the on-airs mention. Mosey. Okay. And in the menu, there's a thing called the on-air mentions. So look for birthdays, click that, and then there's a little form that you can fill out. Sends it directly to us on the show. So that's also another great way of getting birthdays to us. Any one of those will work. And yeah, that's how it's done right there. So do you have to close that out then, John? Or
yes. Are you done with that?
Yes.
All right, the birthday calendar brought to you by Creative Electrical Contractors. If it is not right, we will make it right. Call 434-392-2802, and that should do it.
Yeah! Right. Hallelujah.
So now we can move on to the celebrity birthday.
And John's favorite, I heard
your favorite.
Alan Alda.
Alan Alda, also known as Hawkeye Pierce.
Yeah.
On MASH.
If you watch MASH.
89. Turns the big 8-9. Your fun fact, portrayed Jack's father in several episodes of 30 Rock.
Mm-hmm.
I never watched that.
You never watched 30 Rock.
I don't know who Jack is. But that's okay. Singer Sarah McLachlan turns 57. Do you know Sarah McLachlan?
Sarah McLachlan? Yeah, I think we have a...
Her middle name is Ann, by the way.
No, we have a couple of her songs, don't we?
A couple, yeah.
She's a singer, right?
She is.
Okay.
She is a singer, yes. Your boy, singer Joey Fatone, turns 48 today.
Joey Fatone. I'm a big fan of this guy.
With his macaroni. Yeah, once worked at Universal Studios in Florida.
Yes, this is Joey Fatone with his macaroni. This is great, John. This is excellent.
That's why they pay me the big bucks. All right, let's go to our first official caller.
All right, our first official caller.
Here we go. Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning, y'all.
Good morning. How are you?
Top of the morning.
I'm good. What happened to the Cowboys?
Same thing that happened to the Commanders, I guess.
Yeah.
No, we went further this year.
What's that?
We went further this year.
Yeah, but when you don't make it to the end, does it really matter?
It doesn't matter at all.
I don't think it matters. Even if you make it all the way to the Super Bowl and lose, I don't think it really matters. No. I'd rather. This was my favorite saying back in the day when I was really into sports. I'd rather not make the Super Bowl at all if you're going to lose it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, Ohio State, on the other hand, the college team, did really well this year.
Oh.
Yeah, Ohio State. Are you a fan of Ohio State?
Yes.
You are? Okay.
Yes. Y'all talked about it last week.
What's that?
Y'all talked about it last week.
Yeah, we did. We did bring it up.
Yep.
That Ohio won their game. And yes, we did. So how have you been, sir?
Dude, I found the ceremony this weekend, and it was so nice. They did a good job.
Ceremony?
Yeah, it was streaming. I found it this weekend.
Ceremony?
For Ohio State.
Oh, the winning ceremony. I got you. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So you were hoping those Commanders were going to take out... Who'd they lose to? Philly, right?
The Eagles,
Philly.
Philadelphia.
Yeah. Eagles must have been a pretty good team. I'm assuming Eagles won the conference.
Do you remember when the Eagles threw snowballs at Santa Claus?
What's that?
Do you remember when the Philadelphia Eagles threw snowballs at Santa Claus?
Philadelphia Eagles threw snowballs at Santa?
Oh, I don't remember Santa, but I remember hearing Cowboys talking about it. Coach Jimmy Johnson mentioned that they would throw snow, but it wasn't just snow. They would put like small
rocks,
batteries and stuff in the snow and make it harder. So basically they were throwing stuff like that. The snow just covered it up, basically. So I've heard those stories before.
I was asking you questions about being in the band because he's practicing for the next Farmville spotlight.
Caller, that's very good that you picked up on that. You got a very good, keen intuition because that's exactly what I was doing. I was prepping for the next Farmville spotlight, John.
When is that?
It is this Thursday, and we will have a post on our Facebook page. Should be by the end of today, so if you check that out. But by the way, John, I'm joking. I was genuinely curious about your band because your band. The questions. Yeah, I wasn't just practicing.
Oh,
yeah. I just want you to know that.
Okay.
What was the name of your band, John?
Let's see. Oh, it was just Hicks.
That's all it was.
That's all it was.
Wow.
We named it after the drummer's last name, but we spelt it Hix. And
I thought y'all were just a bunch of Hicks, so y'all called the band that.
Well, I thought about that. That was my idea. We were going to dress in overalls and wear straw hats, and we'd come out and start playing all this rock and roll. So the image would have thrown everybody off. They would have thought they were going to hear a hillbilly band, and then all of a sudden, rock and roll kicks in.
Me and John were talking about band names recently, and for some reason, I came up with Cosmic Connection, and we looked it up. That's not taken. So, caller, if you're looking for a band name, that is open.
Yeah.
Sorry.
How about the Potato Guys? That's a good name for a band.
The Potato Man.
The Potato Man.
The Potato Man Band.
Sing us a song, you're the Potato Man. You could do that one.
Yeah,
see, he's into it.
I like last week you played the song Snap Your Fingers, and you started snapping your fingers when you were introducing it.
Which song did I play?
Snap Your Fingers by Joe Henderson.
Oh, yeah, I was snapping my fingers to that, yeah. So you heard that play. You know what? I played it, and then Ron turned around and played it later.
That's funny.
On Friday, I think it was. I heard him play it. And I was like, Ron's listening to my show. What's that?
He did play that.
Yeah, he did play it. Yeah, I know. I was like, Ron's listening to me play it. And then
you think Ron's getting ideas from your show?
That's what I'm thinking.
We should confront Ron with that.
I'm not listening to your show. I'm not listening to it. No.
Oh, great.
But anyway. Nah, I like Ron. Ron's a good guy.
Ron Moody is excellent.
Do Ron meeting Noah Massarge for the first time.
Ron did this thing where he took one finger and like this made a cross out of it when he saw Noah. I don't know what that was all about.
Hey, dude, can you do an impression of Ron meeting me, but do both parts of both Ron and me?
Oh, I'll try.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Ron Moody, great to meet you, man. How you doing?
I don't like you. Go away. Go bye-bye.
I don't think you think that.
Go away, kid. You bother me.
That's good.
Okay, I'll go. But I love you, Ron. I really love you.
There you go. How's that?
It's pretty good, John. Pretty good.
It's pretty good.
I speak when it's my turn to speak.
That's Noah's motto.
Yeah.
And when he speaks when it's his turn.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's Ernest T. Bass.
Yes, it is. Good ear. This guy knows everything. We ought to transfer you to missing persons. You know everybody. So, other than the Commanders, but at least you got Ohio State winning. Anything else going on, sir?
Not really.
Not really. So you haven't been busy doing anything?
Not much.
We haven't heard from you in a while. You haven't been up to anything?
Not really.
Not really.
I haven't been in any trouble anyway.
Well, you don't want to do that. You've been...
remember that morning that you were eating fries on the air?
Oh, my God. I'll never forget that morning.
Oh, the fries, yeah.
You were just munching. You were like...
What was wrong with that? They were there. They needed to be consumed, and so I went for it.
Breakfast of Champions, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you're talking to a guy that eats cold pizza, so... Yeah. So you've been bearing up with the cold weather okay and all that?
Yeah, trying to stay warm.
I hear you. You haven't had power outages your way or anything like that?
Not really.
Good.
It flickered a few times, that big snow we had in the beginning. But
I understand the other night near Midlothian that there was some sort of chase and that a cop ran into one of these poles that knocked the power out there for a while in a certain section. Chasing after somebody.
Chasing.
Not near Midlothian.
What's that?
I'm not near Midlothian.
You're not near Midlothian, okay. No, I didn't suggest that you were. I just knew that section had some issue. I heard about that. Might have been over the weekend, I don't remember, or last week. But anyway. All right, well, I guess...
that's going to wrap it up.
I guess that's going to wrap it up, unless you got something else you want to add real quick.
Nope.
All right, well...
You'll be snapping your fingers and listening to
I'll play Snap Your Fingers again and start snapping. Like that.
When is the Friday party on now?
Friday party follows Retro Rock and Soul, so it's at 5, and it's just an hour now. Like it used to be at the old Flow. It's just on.
Do you like it being just an hour?
It's just an hour. That's the way it used to be. And then,
do you like that?
Yeah, it's less for me to do.
And then, are you gonna? When I leave, are you gonna play WGBH Boston?
Oh, what was that again?
WGBH.
Yeah.
So, okay.
The little logo sounder.
All right, we'll do the official announcement here. The Friday parties are now at 5 o'clock on WFLO AM. Okay, how about that? Was that good?
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, good. All right, so we've made it official, even though it's been officially that for the last, month? We started that in January, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, we're just down to an hour, and that's the way it used to be. We didn't extend it until we started up this new flow, if you want to call it that. And so it was left up to me whether to keep it extended or not, but I just figured an hour's good enough. And Noah's asleep here at the wheel.
Sorry.
That's all right. So anyway, at least he's not driving, and that's all that matters. You have a great rest of your day, sir. Call back anytime. We haven't heard from you in a while, so
it's
don't
been
be
a long
stranger.
time. Yeah.
The last time you did your Elvis weather for.
I'm sorry?
Show. You did your Elvis weather forecast the last.
Something about, did you say Elvis?
Yeah, you did the Elvis weather forecast.
Yeah, the Elvis weather forecast. There's going to be.
Did you get any complaints about that? Because you were worried about that.
Any complaints from doing that, Joe?
Yeah.
Not from the Elvis estate, no.
No.
I did not get any cease and desist kind of letters or anything like that.
How you doing, baby? That's my Elvis. Terrible Elvis. I'm sorry I did that.
Do that again?
No, because you're going to take it and you're going to use it as a sound. How you doing, baby? Yeah.
What the heck was that?
I can't do Elvis. My voice doesn't go down.
That sounds more like Telly Savalas. Yeah.
How you doing?
You don't even know who Telly Savalas is, do you?
Yeah.
That's sad, isn't it, caller, that Noah does not know who Telly Savalas is?
Yeah, that's pretty...
You know who Telly Savalas is, don't you?
I think I do.
See? Who loves you, baby? Who loves you, baby? And he had the pop.
Oh, yeah.
They had the lollipop in his mouth, and yeah. These young whippersnappers. Okay, well, you have a great rest of your day, sir, and like I said, feel free to call back anytime.
I'll do that.
All right, you take care.
Yep, bye.
Bye. All right. You know him as affectionately as Potato, right?
Yes.
I know what to do, Noah. Thank you for showing me what I'm doing here. Thank you. That's good. I know what I'm doing.
I'm not showing you any. John, points. Points. No. Okay.
Okay.
Telly Savalas, I'm guessing, is an actor.
Was
an actor. He's dead now.
Yes, he's no longer with us.
But he was an actor.
He was bald-headed.
Okay.
He was in a couple of movies, like The Dirty Dozen.
Okay.
He was in that. And he had his own TV show. He was Kojak.
Kojak. Okay. Yeah, that's the show that you like to reference.
Well, I've never really watched it, but I was aware of it. See, that's the thing. You could
reference stuff that you haven't watched, but as long as you're aware of
because you would see clips of it and or references to it on TV or whatever and not actually watch the show. I mean, I know a lot of shows just by the intro to the show, but never actually watched the show.
Yeah.
Shows like Falcon Crest.
Or Taxi.
Taxi's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. All right, let's take another caller. Say good morning. You're on the air.
Oh, good morning. I would like to partake in dialogue.
Sure.
With the host.
All right.
Okay. You were talking about Telly Savalas.
Mm-hmm.
What was the because all of those guys have this snappy punchline. Do you remember what his was?
Who loves you, baby?
Oh, because usually when they bust the guy, they give him some smart mouth.
Oh, you mean on the actual show? I don't know what his snappy comeback would have been. I didn't watch the show, so I don't know. I just know that he had the lollipop, and he said, "Who loves you, baby?" a lot. Mm-hmm. That's all I know.
Oh, that's it, huh? Nothing else.
That's all I know. you must not have watched the show either.
Yes, but oh my gosh, I was just a tyke.
See, that show was out on before I was even born, so I don't remember.
Yeah.
I just know of it.
Yeah.
And Noah doesn't know anything we're talking about. So.
You know, I look, Jen. Jen. Come on, Jen. Look, John, I could reference Home Alone. You wouldn't know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't. Wouldn't actually know what
you know.
I know it.
The fact that you haven't seen it, though, speaks
I don't
volumes.
want to see it.
Speaks volumes.
Oh.
It's American classic.
Oh, you should. It's a classic, yes.
Have you seen The Office? Not saying that you have to, but like...
Enough to know what it is.
Yeah. I don't know.
But not intrigued
Joe,
by
we
it.
could do the same thing where I'm referencing stuff. But the thing is, I'm kind enough not to reference stuff that you're not in the know on, you know, so...
Oh, I can't be kind. So
no,
we can't talk about things like Gone with the Wind and whatnot.
Oh, John, I know Gone with the Wind. Come on.
No,
don't be... Yeah, I do. It's the best.
Oh...
First-time caller is getting desperate.
I can't reference Fantasy Island now.
I'm sorry.
Or anything
No. Go ahead, reference it.
No,
go ahead, no, John. I have no problem.
I'm joking with you.
Okay,
in a way.
In a way, that's not joking.
So, first-time caller. Anything else going on with you?
Well, with me, that's kind of a personal question. But
I meant something you were comfortable in referencing.
I know. But you know, I was before I go to sleep, I surf the internet, and it just for some reason I fall asleep doing that.
Yeah.
But I went on this program called YouTube, and did you know that there were people that film people squeezing blemishes?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you didn't know that?
Squeezing like blemishes and like pimple? Like, is that kind of?
Yeah.
I'm familiar with this. I've heard that before.
You mean they're making videos of solely just that?
Yes.
Yeah. That's wonderful.
Yeah. And it was just kind of like a car accident. You just want to turn away, but you can't.
Oh, I could turn away easily from. I don't think I would even click on something like that. I didn't. No.
Oh my God!
Why does that not surprise me though? The lack of entertainment. I think I'd rather watch an episode of Kojak than watch something like that, or Cannon or something like that. Now there's another one, Cannon. Cannon was this show about this police guy. He was heavy set. But he could always catch up to the bad guy because he knew where to duck into the alleys, and which I always thought was hilarious that a big, fat, jolly man could chase down somebody and catch them all the time.
Yeah.
It was interesting. Cannon.
But you know what else is interesting?
What's that?
They have you guys were talking about art and how they kind of have like a paint by numbers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I never saw them have a painting kit of abstract art.
That might be a bit difficult, maybe. But see, with abstract, you can just throw the paint on the canvas, and it instantly becomes abstract.
Yes, and sometimes you look at the stuff, and it's like, woo, take some kid to do it.
But yeah, and I got in trouble for saying that basically when I was a kid, but that was my opinion at the time. I mean. To me, art it's like the eye of the beholder type thing. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. If somebody looks at something and loves it for whatever reason and appreciates it, more power to them.
Yeah. I have. How much time do we have?
No.
I have just like a small, almost like a paranormal story. It happened a few years ago.
Sure. We got time. Go ahead.
But I think I can do a Reader's Digest version.
All right.
John, do you have any spooky music to go along with this story? Like a little spooky?
Well...
Let's see.
No.
Go ahead.
Well, this happened... it did happen a few years ago, and every evening I take my goats and whatever dogs want to go back into the woods. Mm-hmm. And the goats usually walk...
Go ahead. We're just setting the mood here.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And the goats walk behind me and just kind of graze as we're going through the paths.
Right.
So we got up to, in front of me I saw this small bush, like a shrub, almost like a tiny tree.
Yeah.
And it had two leaves on it. And one of the leaves was just like vibrating, like shaking.
Yeah.
Like there was a strong wind.
Right.
So I was really curious because it was like a dead calm day, and so I put my finger down. You put your finger in your mouth and you put it somewhere, and it's like you can catch where the breeze is.
Right.
And then I started to move around it to see if I could block the wind, and there was nothing. So I'm just sitting there watching it, and the goats catch up to me, and one of it nibbles the leaf off. So a few weeks later, I was talking to a friend in California, and I didn't tell anybody about this. And she's like, I went over. She's kind of like a Wiccan kind of naturalist. Mm-hmm. And she was saying that she was on this vacation, and she kept getting these like mental kind of, I don't know what you would call it,
premonitions.
Just, possibly, or something that was mental happened to her brain, and she thought it was in reference to plants. So she got home and she found out that the place that she was renting, the landlord had sent landscaping people around and trimmed all of her shrubs in front of the house. And so you wonder if it was a, I don't know, was it a warning sign or just coincidence or...
Noah, do you have any thoughts on this?
Maybe it was
any ideas?
Maybe it was a warning sign of some sort.
Because Noah's into the supernatural.
I'm not into it. Sometimes I can act like I'm into it, and then I start to believe. But then, like other days, I'm like,
How
life goes on, and then we all die. So, like, and that's it. It's like, I don't think there's like, I don't know. Sometimes it's interesting to speculate about the supernatural. One of my favorite shows of all time, and I'll say this day in, day out, is Ghost Hunters. Not that anything that happens in that show is even remotely true or real, but like, it's just an enjoyable experience.
I got hooked on that show, and they would, on their website, they would advertise
ghost equipment.
Event.
Yep. Oh.
And equipment. So I got sucked in, and I went on a few of their expeditions, I guess you would call it.
How are those?
I sat in the dark for a few hours.
Did you feel anything? Any creaking?
No, nothing at all. There was even one in is Radford? Is that a little farther south?
Yeah.
There's a I don't know, a sane asylum or something in Radford. Went there and sat around, paid $100, listened to them spew, and then sat in the dark. So,
man, the ways people can make money is really incredible.
Yes. Yeah, I went to probably half a dozen events.
$600 out. And just like a lot of time alone thinking about the money that you spent. That's, that sounds fun.
And all this equipment I still have.
You still have equipment now?
Well, yeah.
You bought equipment.
I still want to, just a few stuff, just lasers and just recording devices. And
did you pick up? Do you have that device that you put in the room that looks like a can or almost like a landmine? If you can picture that picks up like EMF frequencies. I think I don't.
I almost bought one, but I was since I was into it, then I was just kind of surfing the net, and there were people that were telling you the pros and cons of these things and what it might be picking up, and it led me to believe that any signals, even just floating around, will trigger it. Maybe someone in another part of the location, maybe they're talking on their phone or they're whatevering, and so that kind of turned me off to that stuff. I just want the real thing, just to feel it or touch it or something scraped me.
Yeah.
So no, they play it up pretty good. Yep.
All right. Good stuff.
And that's it, man.
Thank you for sharing.
Really. It was. Yeah, man. Yeah. So I'm pondering. I wonder if it would be if like Sailor's Creek has stuff like that, or some other possibly battlefields.
Well, I know that they're doing something with the anniversary of
that's right.
Civil War and all that.
Sure.
So all you have to do is probably look them up, give them a Google search, and you can find some stuff that's going on over there. They usually give us stuff. I haven't had any mention of it here lately, but I know there's some stuff on the email. I need to dictate it, though, because it's basically flyers they sent, and I don't want to just print off a bunch of flyers.
Yeah,
so
sure. I'll get to save the ink.
Yeah, because it's all in color.
Yeah, yeah.
There was it must have been Friday evening we were talking about it, and somebody said there was they call it a murder house on the same street as that Free Theater is, I guess. Somebody must have chopped up their wife.
Yes, I am familiar. There was an episode of Dateline, I believe, that was shot in Farmville talking about that house, but it wasn't a wife and husband situation. It was a boyfriend-girlfriend situation.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Then
I told you not to come in here when I'm typing, okay?
So then being here for a while, have you heard any paranormal activity?
In
reference to that?
I haven't seen it other than the painting that I ended up getting from a shaman from over here.
I heard you talking to Chris
died.
about this. Is this painting giving you trouble?
It's easy to...
Noah, come here.
It's easy to speculate and be like,
Noah.
all of the problems that I've dealt with could be from this painting because
that's what I'm thinking.
But like, it's easy to say that, but in reality, I'm associating the painting with the problems. I don't really think paintings have the ability to.
Well, I do, and I think the painting's on the wall right now going, Noah.
But to answer your question, caller, I haven't seen anything from here really, other than a lot of weird people named John Staten that are possibly paranormal.
I'm a lot of people?
No. Yeah. No, I'm kidding. Okay.
multiple personalities, I guess. All right, well, it's been an interesting conversation. Paranormal and all this. I feel like I'm in a Ghostbusters movie or something like that.
Ghostbusters.
There you go.
Yeah.
So who are you going to call, man?
Exactly. Well, you have a great rest of your day, and I hope the paranormal activity is at a minimum.
Ceases, yeah.
You have a great rest of your day, sir. Call back anytime.
All right, man.
All right, take
Thanks.
care.
Take care.
Bye. All right, no, anything left before we
Toodaloo,
call it
John.
quits?
I gotta go.
Adios.